We continue following the story of Adriana Smith, a 30-year-old nurse and mother who was on life support at Emory Hospital. Doctors discovered blood clots in her brain in February. Her family says even though doctors have said she's brain dead, the hospital told them under Georgia law it must keep her on life support because she's pregnant. Now, as Adriana's pregnancy progresses, her family is facing questions like who is responsible for the growing medical bills, what are family's legal rights, and what happens when the law steps in to make these painful decisions.
So at that point, we continued with the pregnancy that we didn't have a choice or a say about. And I just want to be clear on something. We want her to have her baby. We want her life to continue throughout her children. But at the same time, to see her lay there like that, for that length of time, the grieving process for us, it can't even start.
This midday, 11 Live's Aisha Howard takes a closer look, speaking to 3 experts.
There's a lot to unpack here. Emory declined to comment on specifics of the case, but released a statement saying it uses consensus from clinical experts, medical literature, and legal guidance to support our providers as they make individualized treatment recommendations in compliance with Georgia's abortion laws and all other applicable laws. Its top priorities continue to be the safety and well-being of the patients we serve. But a spokesperson of the Georgia's Attorney General's office seems to contradict that, saying in a statement, there is nothing in the Life Act that requires medical professionals to keep a woman on life support after brain death. Removing life support is not an action with the purpose to terminate a pregnancy. So I turned to Georgia State University health law professor Allison Whelan to ask how there could be different legal views on this.
Part of the issue we have going on here is also the fear and the chilling effect that is going on for medical professionals. So because of the vagueness of the law, the concern is that because they didn't have this interpretation from the Attorney General at the time they had to make the decision.
Adriana's family says doctors plan to keep her on life support until early August. That's when they hope to deliver her baby via C-section. I asked OBGYN Dr. Sujatha Reddy, who is not associated with this case, if this situation may affect the baby's health.
So if her organs are functioning and her blood is flowing, and if she's on a ventilator, her lungs are getting oxygen, that baby can continue to grow. There have been about 100 cases of pregnant women who are labeled brain dead who then go on to deliver a child. So it is not unheard of. It is very, very rare. But if all her other organ systems are functioning and they're able to provide nutrition, possibly through IV or maybe tube feeds into the stomach, that baby can grow.
Another question that's come up, who's responsible for the medical bills? We took that question to probate attorney Brian Douglas, who also is not associated with the case.
Unless someone else signs to be financially responsible, that you can't attach to them. Same with a credit card, right? It transcends all things, debt related, unless you agree to be responsible for that debt as a responsible party. And the family's not responsible for that.
We'll be watching closely to see how this case progresses. In the meantime, Adriana's family says they've named her unborn son Chance because through him, they feel like she's getting a second chance. For a closer look, I'm Aisha Howard.
And you can watch our in-depth interviews with Adriana's family along with Professor Whelan, Dr. Reddy, and Attorney Douglas right now on 11 Live Plus. It's free to download on your TV.